AITA for telling my cousin he can't do an interpretive dance at my dad's funeral? I get this might be a no-brainer to some, but hear me out. My dad passed a couple days ago. It was a long time coming and only made worse by COVID. I'm handling the funeral arrangements as I was named executor of his estate. I included my aunts and uncle in the planning process out of respect. While we were discussing, my aunt said my cousin, who is diagnosed with Asperger syndrome, wants to perform an interpretive dance at the church in front of the casket to bid my father farewell. I said no, absolutely not. For one, this is all happening in a church. The priest would have a stroke. Next, my cousin is not a good dancer. It's his hobby and I'm happy he found something he loves. But I don't feel my dad's funeral is the right venue to showcase his moves to Candle in the Wind. My aunt is having a fit and my cousin is also extremely upset and has accused me of not letting him say goodbye to him in his own way. I told him that he's more than welcome to have a dance at the grave whenever he wants, but the funeral isn't that time. Another cousin told me he was planning to record it for a YouTube video, which hard no. I don't think it's respectful at all, and I know my dad would have hated the thing turning into a spectacle. AITA? NTA. A cousin did exactly this at our great-grandmother's funeral. It was the most awkward fucking thing I've ever witnessed. I looked towards my siblings and my brother had his hand over his mouth trying not to laugh. I like to think my GGMA would have liked that, but all her kids looked sincerely appalled and she pushed right on through with that literal song and dance. I will never forget that shit for the rest of my life. NTA, of course. This may be the best title of an AITA post we'll see all year. I don't even care if it's real. NTA, this seems really rude emo. Not the interpretive dance part, but the fact that he wanted to record it for YouTube. NTA. Make sure you alert church officials and other family that agrees with you and have a plan to cut this off. Escort cousin out. After attending my cousin's karaoke funeral, I would suggest a normal, reverent service. NTA. OMG. Does decorum at funerals no longer exist? Interpretive dance taped for YouTube likes? WTF? I'm so very sorry you're having to deal with this on top of dealing with your loss. Deepest condolences. I hope everything works out for you. NTA. I can't even. I'm in shock they would even ask. Much less have a fit that you don't want a funeral and a show. My sympathies for the death of your father. NTA did not know interpretive dance existed for any purpose other than getting yourself mocked by whoever has to watch that BS. Till. NTA. My friend. I wish I could feel more empathetic. But I am overwhelmed with the ridiculousness of it all and cannot stop laughing. It sounds like you handled this with grace. And I hope your cousin posts his grave dance on TikTok. NTA for not wanting your cousin to turn your father's funeral into an SNL skit. NTA, that's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. Stick to your guns, else blame it on the priest and say he said no. It would make a mockery of people's grief to have someone dancing. NTA. While I get that people may want to pay their respects in their own ways, however, the point of a funeral is to honor the deceased. Was your father a fan of this interpretive dance style? I'm gonna assume no. If that's the case, what would be the point aside from drawing attention from the point of the ceremony? This day is not about your cousin. It's about your father. Tell him, her to stop seeking attention during a grieving event. There is a time and place for everything. A funeral is not the time or place. Tell him to honor privately. If it's so important, why does he gotta do it publicly? NTA. That is such a bizarre request and totally out of line. Autism accommodations are like quiet hours in stores or allowing your cousin to wear noise-canceling headphones to an occasion. Not a free pass at someone creating a scene at an event that has nothing to do with them. This person is just using their neurodivergence to be the center of attention and is super inappropriate. An autistic adult. Oh gosh. NTA. How awkward. People seem to think they are free to do whatever they want and everyone should be free to have their chance. But that's not the case. Stand your ground. Don't allow it. Even if the priest did say it was okay. Maybe cousin can do it at wherever you are celebrating his life afterwards. NTA. I read the heading to my wife. Her response, "Oh, for fuck's sake. Sorry for your loss." NTA, and they're using Asperger's as an excuse to be aw. Stick to your guns. It sounds bizarre. NTA. OMG. Thank you so much for this post talk about laugh out loud funny. No. You are doing exactly the right thing. WTH is wrong with your aunt? I mean, who could actually support this idea? Your dad would not have wanted it. It would be a spectacle. It would not be respectful. Your cousin needs to get over himself. NTA. Absolutely not appropriate. Cousin is making it about themselves. Neurodivergents don't need to be coddled. NTA, but he can do this at my funeral. NTA. I can already see some cringy Jimmy Pesto TikTok dance in front of a casket in a church. Just know. I'm sorry for your loss and having to deal with everything that is impeding your grief process.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. AmITheAsshole is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.